17-year-old Marcus Rodriguez was 3 weeks into his summer job at the spaceport when chaos erupted in Terminal 7. The pregnant Zorvathi woman collapsed near Gate 42, her azure skin turning pale, her breathing ragged. Her companion, clearly wealthy judging by his iridescent robes and security detail, shouted desperately for medical help. But the station medics were 40 levels away, responding to a ship emergency. Marcus didn't hesitate. His mom was a trauma nurse, and he'd grown up watching her work. He'd even taken emergency response classes, though they focused on human anatomy. "Sir, I have medical training," Marcus called out, dropping his maintenance cart and running over. The wealthy Zorvathi, Torvin Kolf, Marcus would learn later, stared at the human teenager with desperate hope. "Please, my wife. The baby, something's wrong." Marcus knelt beside the woman, his mind racing. Zorvathi physiology was different, but the basics remained: breathing, circulation, vital signs. Her secondary heart was failing, causing a cascade that threatened both her and the unborn child. His hands moved with practiced efficiency. Elevated position. Clear the airway. Apply pressure to the tertiary circulation node on her left thorax, something he'd read about in his xenobiology textbook just last week. "Stay with me," Marcus whispered to the semi-conscious woman. "You're going to meet your baby. I promise." For 7 minutes, Marcus kept her alive with nothing but his training and determination. When a medical team finally arrived with proper equipment, the lead doctor took one look at Marcus's positioning and pressure points and whistled. "Kid, you just saved 2 lives." 3 days later, Marcus returned to his maintenance duties. The incident had become spaceport gossip, but he figured that was the end of it. Then security found him and escorted him to the executive lounge. Torvin Kolf stood as Marcus entered. The teenage janitor suddenly realized he was meeting Torvin Kolf, the Torvin Kolf, owner of Kolf Industries, one of the wealthiest beings in 12-star systems. "My wife and daughter are alive because of you," Torvin said, his voice thick with emotion. Behind him, holographic images showed a healthy mother holding a tiny, perfect baby girl. "I owe you everything. Name your price. University tuition, a luxury ship, a position in my company. Whatever you want, it's yours." Marcus swallowed hard. The offers were staggering, life-changing. His family struggled to pay rent. His college fund was laughably small. This could solve everything. But he thought of his mother, working double shifts at the hospital, never asking for anything in return when she saved lives. "Sir," Marcus said quietly, "I don't want payment. But if you really want to help me, could you donate to the Spaceport Medical Emergency Fund? So next time someone needs help, the medics can get there faster. That woman I helped, I'm just a kid with basic training. She deserved better response time." Torvin stared at him. His 4 eyes began to glisten with tears. "You saved my family," he said, his voice breaking. "And you asked for nothing for yourself, only that others might be saved more quickly." He wiped his eyes with a trembling hand. "Human child, you shame me with your generosity. You remind me what wealth is truly for." 2 weeks later, Kolf Industries announced a 50 million credit donation to emergency medical services across 30 space stations. The press release mentioned a human teenager who'd shown more wisdom in one request than most showed in a lifetime. Marcus returned to mopping floors, but he smiled every time he passed Terminal 7. Sometimes the best reward wasn't what you received. It was knowing you'd made things better for the next person who needed help. Torvin Kolf never forgot the teenager who taught a billionaire about true wealth. And when Marcus applied to medical school years later, he found his tuition mysteriously paid in full, with a note, "For the boy who asked for others before himself." TK. Read TriCloud can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.